Objectives: neutralize communication center at Op Point Able, rendezvous with mobile field base at Op Point Baker. Look out for these SRM emplacements. Mobile threats should consist of light mechs and some vehicles. Good luck, Lance Leader. Objective Able, Objective Baker. The missile platform has a range well beyond the barracks area. Terrain analysis has found a blind spot in the coverage to the south. Expect moderate mech resistance, especially at the approaches to the missile platform. Operation points are set as shown. You have to tell us when it's safe to move. We'll wait for your call. Dominic Payne is going to be waiting for us, so we don't have much time. We'll move through the valley on your orders and rendezvous here. We estimate that fixed emplacements cover this area. Expect much heavier mech resistance. They know we're here. Here are your op points. Expect heavy mech resistance. Fixed emplacements cover these areas. Payne will move in as soon as you begin your run. We'll stand by for orders. Mobile field base out. These are your objectives. These turrets protect the objective at Able. They must be eliminated before the mobile field bases can move into the lake area. The approaches to Baker are protected by these fixed emplacements. There's no way to determine what forces might remain in the area, but Team 2 was hit hard. Maybe they took a lot of the clanners with them. Good luck. Objective points are set at the transport bay, the living quarters, and at the factory site. Eponari is off the air, avoiding a patrol. But she was to try and make rendezvous at Charlie or at the factory later on. Watch for her. Here are your objectives. Eliminate the elevator shaft at Able, neutralize the barracks warehouse area at Baker, and our final rendezvous will be at Op Point Charlie. We don't have any information on fixed emplacements, which doesn't mean that there aren't any. The Jaguars know we're here, and judging from radio traffic, we're approaching the actual mech factory. Ratosh Osis is especially furious, but we've kept a step ahead of them so far. We'll continue to monitor communications. Op points Able and Baker. Expect this entire area to be heavily defended. This should have been Team 3's job. A full lance of heavy mechs. Some good news. Eponari is back on our flank. She broke radio silence 15 minutes ago. Had some trouble with Jaguar patrols, but picked up good intel on sites north of here. She's in position to assist us once we penetrate to the factory. Your objectives? The headquarters at Able, the tunnel at Baker, and the tunnel at Charlie. We have detected fixed emplacements here. We have no data on current mech and vehicular threats in the area, but they're probably going to be heavier than we've met so far. I'm trying to direct Keith Andrew into our path, but I think he's too far north to link up this early. Anything you see is likely a target. Lance Leader, the MFBs are badly in need of refit and repair. Intel suggests that the facility at Op Point Able will give us the materials that we need. Clear out the area and then call us when you think it's safe. I'm still working on our next mission. MechWarrior Keith Andrew has radioed in some strange movement from the city, a convoy heading southwest. If that's a flanking maneuver, we may have to divert from our proposed route. I'll keep you informed. Out. We have no probe data for this area, only the space shot. Go ahead, Alan.
My pod was last out of the Black Hammer. I came to ground very near where the dropship finally crashed. About here, I figure, at Op Point Able. No other survivors, long-range comms completely shot, no support vehicles, no way to make ammo reloads even. All I could do is wait and hope someone came looking. Yesterday the Jags came through in heavy force and found the hammer. I had to fade or be discovered. Been playing hide and seek ever since.
The smoke jaguars are certainly stripping the Black Hammer for themselves. I'll bet you that convoy Keith Andrew noticed was heading out to pick up the salvage.
Keith made it? How close? Can he drop some of those artillery missiles of his on the convoy for us?
Tech check, Alan. None of us are outfitted with the tag spotting laser. Without it, Keith is about as accurate as the field base in predicting clanner moves. No offense.
None taken, Gunner. I appreciate the vote of confidence.
There's tag equipment aboard the Black Hammer.
There you go. That'll do just nicely. Okay, we've got op point Able plotted, but this is all a guesswork and a plan-as-you-go deal. Able, Baker, and Charlie indicate the bridges that have to be blown after the convoy crosses into the central area. The structures at Able and the laser towers at Charlie need to come down. Expect heavy resistance. They need the salvage almost as much as we do. Okay, the structure at Able is a secondary objective. We may have to deal with it if it poses too great a threat. Baker is set at the structures in the city that have to be eliminated. Charlie is the gate, here. Keith Andrew is in position. Once you get to the gate, target it with your tag equipment. Keith's missiles will be along shortly. Star Colonel Osis is following our trail upriver with whatever forces he managed to scrape together from what we left behind. Able is the fortress. Baker is a spaceport. The naval laser tower is just beyond Baker. Colonel Taylor of the Eclipse sends his luck. He's pulling back the rescue team to swing more towards Keith Andrews' last known route of travel. The clan dropship at the spaceport may be our only chance to get off this rock now. That's it. Let's make this work. We're coming in from the east. Records salvaged from the Durgan Fortress pinpoint these 3 communication relays. Taking them out slows down Corbett's response times, but expect them to be well guarded. Records indicate a star of Cauldron Born running the area. The payoff comes from this village to the west at Nav Point Baker. It has a train depot, and a schedule we picked up in the spaceport debris points to a large movement of parts and supplies coming through soon. Don't let it get by. Clear the area of enemy mechs and take out the train after it has dropped its supplies at the depot. All right. We're looking at a pair of Mad Cats and other supernovas, and count on at least 1 Daiichi patrolling this next area.
That's some heavy metal.
That's just what we know for sure. There's bound to be more. This is a simple smash and run. At the river fork there's a Jaguar village. Intercepted comms indicate that Galaxy Commander Corbett moved a lot of the MechWarriors we dispossessed to this location. Eliminate the village, and we cut into a supply of ready warriors. Near this gorge to the west, we have another laser tower like the one which brought down the Black Hammer, and further to the north there's an auxiliary supply depot. Burn them down. Blow all bridges in the area. Better to keep things difficult for non-mech traffic. Don't leave us on the other side of the bridge. We're moving along, but the retreating rescue company is winning the race. Captain Taylor reports that they are already staggering in by singles and pairs.
Any way they can walk a little slower?
Taylor won't leave without giving us every chance. I won't deny that we need a bit of luck. Now, as you can see by our satellite enlargement, we'll be coming in at the southern edge. Expect things to heat up quickly. Unless we have more shuffling, we should find a pair of supernovas, some vultures, and a few Orions at the least. Where they've been set is anyone's guess, though expect a heavy force sitting at the large supply base at this op point. At that supply base is our main concern. We want to capture it for supplies, so take out any and all enemy mechs guarding that facility without causing it too much damage. There's a bridge just south of the base and another as part of an auxiliary post to the west. If we run into too much trouble, bring the bridges down to buy time.
While we're on the north side of the river or the south?
I guess that depends on where we find enemy mechs, wouldn't it?
Yeah, point.
There is a village to the east, but all indications are that it houses laborer caste, so it's low priority. But below the lake, there's a structure that we're not sure what to make of. Recon and capture the facilities you find there. We'll make the call on destroying it once it's in our possession. Okay. So, there is the Galaxy Commander's personal shuttle out here. That could get us back to the Eclipse, though it means abandoning our mechs. The easy part is figuring out where it landed.
We are not going to like this.
No, you're not. If Galaxy Commander Corbett is finished hunting the rescue company, then he's coming for us. It's only a question of how far away he is as to when we'll meet up with him.
Sooner the better. I'd say we owe him a few by now.
At least. Okay, we pulled this data from the records at the shuttle pad. It's a heavily fortified base. I doubt we have anything that can scratch it. However, we can hope to get at the power relay, which is protected within the range of the large cavity at its middle. Destroy the relay and clear out all enemy mechs, and we'll see what we can do from there. Weather looks pretty bad up ahead, so the MFBs will move forward and then guide the rest of you in. Good luck. Here's an overview of the facility we're about to enter. We pulled it from the fortress. I'm afraid that this is going to have to be a solo mission for you, Lance Leader. However, if experience is any clue, we'll only see elementals and light mechs.
So what is this place?
From what we've pieced together, this one facility produces enough geothermal energy to supply the entire peninsula and then some. Each of these triangular areas will house core tap systems. At the far end, we have an elevator that will lift us to the caldera above. We can't risk more than one mech in that inferno. I'm afraid you're elected, Lance Leader. Okay, finally some good news. The shuttle is up there.
Yeah, we got a ride.
Have you informed the Eclipse?
The Eclipse lifted as soon as I told Captain Taylor about the shuttle. He'll meet us in low orbit if we manage to pull this off.
Pull what off, exactly?
He's here, Corbett, up in the caldera. We picked up an open broadcast set on a repeating transmission.
This is Galaxy Commander Brendan Corbett of the Clan Smoke Jaguar. I await you in the caldera. It shall be our circle of equals. Though you hardly rate the honor, I am left with no further time to deal with free birth vermin. My clan arrives, and you will not be left alive to stain the soil with your presence. Stand and fight, or be hunted like the surats you are. But you will not survive this day.
We'll come out of the elevator here, at this northwest corner just behind the shuttle pad. That might buy us a few seconds to organize, but don't hang back too long. If that shuttle is damaged, we're stuck on Tranquil. Given the usual clanner conceit, Corbett and his warriors will likely wait for us in the center of the caldera. No mistake, Commando, this is a tough one. Corbett is commanding an elite team, fitted with the best equipment the Jaguars possess. He's dangling the shuttle in front of us for bait. He knows we need it, and we'll have to go through him to get it. Everyone ready?
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons